What if I told you that willpower is not the reason some people eat healthy, exercise regularly, and get things done, while others struggle? What if the real reason had nothing to do with strength of character, discipline, or motivation?
What if it was just the room they were sitting in?
Welcome to Real English Flow, the podcast where real conversations teach you real English, naturally and practically, every single week. I'm Jake.
And I'm Lily, your English guides for everything that actually matters in the language, and sometimes in life, too.
Today, we are talking about environment. How the spaces around you, your home, your desk, your phone, your social circle, are quietly running your behavior in the background without asking your permission.
B1 to B2 level. Natural English. A conversation worth having. Subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. Okay, let's start with an idea that might feel a little uncomfortable.
My favorite kind.
Most of the decisions you make every day, what you eat, whether you exercise, how you spend your evenings, feel like conscious choices. But research suggests that a huge percentage of our behavior is actually shaped by our surroundings.
Not by our values, not by our goals, by what's visible, accessible, and convenient.
If the biscuits are on the counter, you eat the biscuits. Not because you decided to, because they were there.
If your running shoes are by the door, you're more likely to run. Not because you suddenly found motivation, because the shoes removed a tiny barrier.
The environment made the choice easier before your brain even got involved.
And this works in every direction. Good habits and bad ones. Your environment is either designing your behavior for you or you're designing it deliberately.
Most people are in the first group, and they don't know it.
Today, let's move you to the second group. I want to tell you about a very dark period in my life. I'm talking about 6 months of eating chocolate every single evening.
A dark period. Very literally.
Every night. Same time, I'd sit down after dinner, reach into the drawer next to the sofa, and eat chocolate. And every night I told myself, tomorrow I won't do it.
And tomorrow came?
Tomorrow came. I sat on the sofa, I reached into the drawer, I ate the chocolate. And then felt terrible about my complete lack of willpower.
And then one day?
One day, someone pointed out, very gently, that perhaps the issue was not my willpower. Perhaps the issue was the chocolate in the drawer next to the sofa.
A revolutionary observation.
Groundbreaking. I moved the chocolate to the back of a high shelf in the kitchen, a place I'd have to specifically decide to go to.
And?
Gone. The habit disappeared almost immediately. Not because I got stronger, because I changed the environment. And the environment changed my behavior.
You didn't fight the habit. You redesigned the space.
And the space did the work far more effectively than willpower ever did.
The lesson here, and this is very important, is that you are not weak. Your environment might just be badly designed. Let's build some B1 to B2 vocabulary around today's topic. Natural phrases for talking about habits, environment, and behavior.
First, set yourself up for success. To arrange your circumstances in a way that makes good outcomes more likely. I set myself up for success by putting my English notes where I can see them every morning.
Next, make something the default. When something becomes the automatic option, what happens without a decision? I made listening to English podcasts the default for my commute.
Remove the friction. To eliminate the small obstacles that make a habit harder to start. I removed the friction from my study routine by keeping everything on my desk ready to go.
Out of sight, out of mind. A very common English expression. When you can't see something, you tend to forget it. I put my phone in another room while I study. Out of sight, out of mind.
And design your environment. To deliberately arrange your surroundings to support your goals. If you want to read more, design your environment. Put books in every room.
Set yourself up for success. Make something the default. Remove the friction. Out of sight, out of mind. Design your environment. 5 rich phrases that belong in every B1, B2 learner's vocabulary.
And before we go further, a quick word.
If you're still here with us, genuinely, thank you. That means everything.
The only free way to support real English flow is by subscribing to the channel. 1 click. No cost. But it tells us, keep going. This matters.
And if you know someone learning English, share this video. 1 share could completely change their journey.
Like the video, turn on the notification bell, and leave a comment below. We read every single one.
Now, without further delay, back to the conversation. It's getting really good.
Let's continue.
I want to share something that happened about 3 years ago. A small change that had a disproportionately large effect.
What happened?
I wanted to write more, not for work, for myself, and I kept not doing it. Every evening, I'd think about it, feel vaguely guilty, watch something instead, and go to bed telling myself, tomorrow.
Familiar.
Very. And then I did something that felt almost too small to matter. I cleared my desk completely, got rid of everything that wasn't related to writing, put a notebook in the center, left a pen on top of it.
That's it?
That's it. And something changed. Every time I walked past my desk, the notebook was looking at me. Not judging, just present, waiting.
The environment was extending an invitation.
Exactly. And one evening, I sat down. Not because I was inspired, not because I planned to, but because the desk was there and the notebook was open, and it felt like the obvious thing to do.
The path of least resistance led to the thing you actually wanted.
That's the goal of environment design. Make the right thing the easiest thing, and watch what happens.
You didn't become a more disciplined person. You became a person in a better designed space.
And the result was the same, maybe better.
I want to give you a picture for this. Something that I think captures it perfectly.
Go ahead.
Think of water in a river. The water flows in the direction the riverbank guides it. Not because the water decided to go that way, because the banks are there, and water follows the path of least resistance.
The water doesn't choose. The banks choose for it.
Your behavior is the water. Your environment is the riverbank. You will naturally flow in the direction your surroundings make easiest.
If your evenings are designed around the sofa and the television, you'll flow toward the sofa and the television. Not because you're lazy, because that's where the banks point.
But if you redesign the banks, put the book where the remote control was, put the water bottle where the snacks were, put the English notebook where the phone usually sits,
The water flows differently. Same water, different banks.
You don't need to become a different person. You need to build different banks.
Design the riverbank. Let your behavior follow. Let's bring this directly into your English learning, because environment design is one of the most underused tools for language acquisition.
Here's the reality. Most people's environments are designed for everything except English. Their phone is in their native language. Their social media is in their native language. The content they consume by default is in their native language.
And then they wonder why English feels like a foreign effort rather than a natural part of their day.
You can change that without adding more time to your schedule. Just change the defaults.
Change your phone language to English. Follow accounts that post in English. Switch the subtitles on your series to English. Put an English book or magazine somewhere visible.
These aren't studying strategies. They're environment strategies. The studying happens by itself when English becomes the path of least resistance.
You are not adding effort. You are redirecting the effort that was already going to happen toward English.
Your brain was going to consume something this evening. Make English the easiest thing to consume and watch the hours of exposure add up without feeling like study.
Design the English environment. The learning takes care of itself.
More natural B1 to B2 English now. Phrases for talking about personal change, habits, and environment. The kind of language that comes up in real conversations.
I've been trying to change my routine. Natural and honest. I've been trying to change my routine, but I keep falling back into the same patterns.
I rearranged my space to change the physical arrangement of a place. I rearranged my study space, and it's made a surprising difference.
It made such a difference when a change had a clear, noticeable effect. Keeping my phone out of the bedroom made such a difference to my sleep.
I noticed I was more likely to. For talking about behavior patterns you've observed, I noticed I was more likely to exercise when my gym bag was already packed.
And without even thinking about it, when something becomes so automatic, it requires no conscious decision. Now I listen to English every morning without even thinking about it.
Tried to change my routine, rearranged my space, made such a difference. More likely to, without even thinking about it. 5 conversational phrases for talking about the relationship between space and behavior.
We've been talking about physical spaces, but there's another layer to this, and it's a slightly more sensitive one.
People.
People are the most powerful environmental influence of all. The people you spend the most time with, their habits, their language, their standards, become your defaults over time.
Whether you intended to or not.
Research consistently shows that behaviors are contagious, not in a mystical way, in a very practical one. You adopt the norms of your social group because that's what feels normal.
If everyone around you speaks English casually, you will too. If nobody around you practices it, it stays an abstract goal.
And this applies to learning communities too. Online groups, conversation partners, podcasts like this one. They create a social environment around English.
You are, in a sense, spending time with Lily and me every time you listen. And we are an English environment.
An English environment with opinions, stories, and the occasional bad joke from Jake.
Occasional. I prefer carefully curated.
Curated. Right. But the point stands. Choose your environments intentionally, including the ones you listen to, watch, and follow.
They are shaping you whether you notice it or not.
Here's the reframe I want to leave you with before we close.
Go ahead.
You are not a passive person being pushed around by your circumstances. You are the architect of your own circumstances. And architecture is something you can change.
You can move the chocolate to the high shelf. You can put the notebook on the desk. You can change the language on your phone.
Small structural changes. None of them require willpower in the moment. All of them reduce the need for willpower in every moment after.
That's the real power here. You front load the decision. You make the choice once to design the space, and then the space makes smaller choices for you automatically.
And for your English, this is particularly powerful because you don't need more time. You need better designed time.
Time that already exists, pointed in the direction of English by default.
Redesign the environment. The behavior follows, the language follows, the results follow.
You are the architect. Start building.
Your challenge this week: specific and actionable.
Make one environment change that supports your English learning. Just one.
Change your phone language to English. Put an English book next to your bed. Follow 3 new accounts that post in English. Switch your streaming service to English audio by default.
One change this week before anything else.
And notice, over the next 7 days, does it affect your English exposure without you trying?
Come to the comments and tell us what change you made. And next week, tell us what you noticed.
We will be reading. We are genuinely curious about what happens when you redesign the banks.
One change, 1 week. Let the environment do the rest. Before we go, your environment is already shaping your behavior every day, in every direction.
The only question is whether you designed it or whether it just happened.
And now that you know, you can't unknow it. You will walk into rooms differently. Look at your desk differently. Think about your evenings differently.
That awareness alone is the first redesign.
Move the chocolate. Open the notebook. Change the default. Build the English banks.
And trust that the water, your behavior, your habits, your language will follow the path you've built for it.
Leave us a comment. What is one thing in your environment you're going to change this week to support your English learning?
Share this episode with someone who keeps saying they don't have the willpower to be consistent. This conversation might reframe everything for them.
Subscribe to Real English Flow. New episodes every week, always honest, always worth your time.
Take care of yourselves and take care of your environment. It's taking care of you whether you like it or not.
See you next time. Bye, everyone.